I painted this piece in 4 hours, and you would not believe all the things that went wrong. I started following Debi from Debi's Design Diary over 8 years ago. It's been a creative journey. She did a boot camp 3 years ago, and I wanted to attend the next one. So here we go.
Searchable thing on YouTube, thrifted anything, so I have the word thrifted in there. Stencil, paint, decoupage, and transfers. So it hits all of those keywords and it gets found in search, because not everybody's going to want to make a crazy record like this. Most people like white.
This is Debi's old store in Solana Beach. We took turns going into the house to pick the piece of furniture we'd be painting. This is also where all the painting would take place. I knew I wanted to sand it, so I put it in the front of the house, got my sander, and then I started looking at the piece, noticed it was chipping off on the bottom, so I got a scrape, dug it into the side, and so the whole layer of it luckily came off pretty easily. Then we noticed that the whole back of it was completely dilapidated. I just pulled the whole thing off, took the nails out, and then Dan found a piece of wood and recut the whole thing. So it's kind of fun to have a challenge. The first thing you do is you want to find a piece that's got more of a flat profile in the front, and you don't want something that has a bunch of paint on it. You want to look for something that looks like it has just a clear finish, a natural finish, or no finish. Take your piece apart, you take the handles off, make sure there's no damage on the piece. Then you sand down the top. You have to be careful because a lot of times there's a wood laminate on the top. They're often not very thick. You don't want to sand through the laminate. You want to go with the grain. You want to start with like a 120 or a 100 sandpaper, sometimes even 80. Then after you sand it down to where you want it, you need to get a 220 is a nice fine soft finish. The higher the number, the finer the sandpaper. Yeah. If you can't find something that looks like it has a pretty solid top, don't get it. I'm using Iron Orchid Designs ink on an IOD stamp pad and the IOD Bohemia stamp. The handle on the drawer has been removed, but I'm keeping it on the drawer to know where I want to place the stamp. I think about the center and work out from there. Apply the ink to the stamp, hover over the surface, then commit to the placement. Don't shift. Hold one side firm with one hand while applying pressure to the stamp with the other hand. You want the whole stamp to make contact with the surface to get a nice detailed impression. Keep in mind though, perfection is not the goal. DIY brand Big Top Coat is a beautiful, strong, and durable finish for natural wood and painted surfaces. All of the DIY products are completely natural with no VOCs. Now I'm painting the sides and trim with DIY Little Black Dress. I like to cut in with my brush first, then paint with the grain. I spray the piece with a mister bottle to keep the paint moving. DIY is a thick paint and highly pigmented, great coverage. I used the Big Top Coat on the whole piece. Facebook
this morning,
yeah,
and scored this awesome piece of furniture for.
Oh my! Crystal painted my jeans. Aren't they awesome? She teaches classes at DIY-Agogo. What you doing there, Mama Bear Blue?
Are we live or are you just taking photos?
We're not live.
Okay.
Oh, she's got a dirty job.
I know. That's like fuzz, right? Like fuzz? How does fuzz grow on the back of a piece? Yes, it's a dirty job. Yes.
On day 2 of boot camp, we spent time at the Solana Beach House, choosing items from the boneyard to upcycle for our Saturday market day. We also got to spend time with Debi doing some one-on-one coaching. I was able to spiff up this little blue vanity with some white wax and some painted handles. YouTube video creation is not easy. I learned a lot in 4 days, but just as valuable, if not more so, is the kindred connections of this group. It's rare to meet people you feel so connected to so quickly. Aloha! Hope you enjoyed the journey. Please give me one thumbs up and leave a comment. All these products can be found on my website, islandheartvintage.com, or at my booth at Pacific Gallery's Antique Mall in Seattle. Catch me on Facebook and Instagram, Island Heart Vintage. Aloha!